actions exist within context, and not everybody always understands that context. Like we talked about the other day, sometimes things can be taken out of context, and that kind of makes life a little bit messy sometimes.
My name is Michelle Lobby, and I teach English 9 and 10 here at Cosumnes Oaks High School, and I also teach a section of Avid 9.
We learned in this article about Stacy Snyder and how her picture was taken out of context, right? So I want us to think about how the situation might have been different had the context of the photo been taken into account. Okay, so I'm going to show you the same photo, but with different captions. And I just want, you can just share out what you think would have been different had this been the caption. Okay, so because who can remind us what the actual caption was? Yeah, Jameson? Drunken pirate, right? So that doesn't fare well for her. So let's take a look at some other options. What if it had said Happy Halloween?
Like if you think about it and it says like Happy Halloween and then like you see her dressed up as a pirate, then
right.
you wouldn't get like that thing that she's like they said in the article, promoting underage drinking.
Absolutely, yeah. If it said Happy Halloween, we might just think, oh, no problem. She's dressed up like a pirate for Happy Halloween. Who knows what's in the glass? We don't really care. But the fact that it said drunken pirate changed the context, right? All right, let's try this one on for size.
As an English teacher, I really appreciated this lesson because there's such a huge shift now with the Common Core standards toward reading expository texts. And in English class, we just don't get enough of those.
So hopefully this helps you to understand how the context in which photos or posts exist, really makes a huge difference, right? That caption makes a huge difference in how that photo is perceived. Could somebody read for us this question that you answered over the last couple of nights? Marcus, go for it.
Do you think Millersville University was justified in disqualifying Stacy from earning her teaching degree because of her profile page? Why or why not?
And so what I'm going to ask you to do is we're going to do an activity called philosophical chairs. Part of you are going to be the folks who agree with the decision that they made, and part of you are going to be the folks who disagree. And we're going to make two lines, two sides of the room. I want you to stand on the side that you feel most closely aligns with your opinion. Let's go ahead and start with the disagree side.
I feel like no matter what the caption said, they don't really know exactly what was in the thing, in the cup. So they made an overreaction of something that wasn't really that big of a deal.
I agree because a parent could go and check that up on her page and see that, and that could just cause a whole bunch of controversy towards the school.
I liked when we did philosophical chairs because that was, it kind of showed what people thought. And I was already on the disagree side, but it kind of reinforced my opinion about why the school shouldn't have disqualified her.
And so just some questions to get us talking here. Let's say that Joe was this person who took the picture of Stacy with the pirate hat. Does he have a responsibility to ask her before he posts a picture of her? Okay, David, go for it.
I think he does, because if he didn't get her permission, she wouldn't really know about it until it became an issue for her.
Okay, good. Yeah, and I think that speaks to the title of the article, which is the unintended consequences. I don't think that Joe meant Stacy any harm in posting this picture, and I don't think any of us do. We constantly post pictures, we constantly post comments, we're tagging people because we don't necessarily always think about the potential consequences of what we're posting. Okay, so your job right now is to brainstorm a list of questions that you should ask yourself if and when you ever want to post something about somebody else. And you can just jot those down right there in the space I gave you. Okay, so I'm just going to call on a few folks in class, and if you wouldn't mind just sharing just one of the questions that you came up with.
Okay, one question I have was, are you doing something you shouldn't be doing?
Okay, good. Is that person doing something that they shouldn't be doing? Okay, great.
I had said, how could this be misinterpreted?
Yeah, absolutely. Good. You understand the context in which the photo was taken, but might this be misunderstood if they didn't understand the whole situation? Great. So now that you've got your list of questions, you're actually going to be making what's called a decision tree. So each of you came up with 4 or 5 questions. You're going to come together and pick the best ones. And you're also going to pick ones that kind of go together, that follow kind of a flow or a pattern.
So what do you want to do first? Those should be like more general.
Is it inappropriate or like negative?
I didn't ask for permission, or no wait, did you ask for permission? Yes or no? Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, what's your first question?
Don't go with that.
That's a good one. That's a good kind of test of whether or not it's appropriate.
I think that with today's lesson, it was like to teach us, because there has been so many like problems with what we have been posting about other people online. It really helped us like think about like how it's really going to affect that person and ourselves in the future.
So the first question we asked was if it was appropriate, and if it wasn't, then don't post it. If it was, then we asked, will my friend be okay with it? And if she wasn't, then don't post it.
through the decision tree, I think they were able to kind of communicate the types of questions and think out loud about how that thought process should work. So I think it was really a positive experience for them and for me. I think I learned a lot too.
All right, give your colleagues a big round of applause.